Hello. So welcome to a new video.
What do you think?
Whoa, very nice.
It's very cool, Bateman, but that's nothing. What do you think?
Nice.
But wait, you ain't seen nothing yet. White.
Impressive. Very nice. Let's see Paul Allen's. Oh my God.
It's actually February 7th at 3 a.m. in the morning. I was actually getting ready to get comfy and try to sleep. Yes, I should be asleep, but here I am awake filming a video. My sleeping hasn't been the greatest. I've just been having a lot of anxiety, and when I have a lot of anxiety, I go to sleep really late. But anyways, I could have totally slept and waited till tomorrow to film this, but I think it's just so heavy that like I have to do it now.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live! Fuck it!
So I can just be completely done with it. I watched Beck's new video. So that video genuinely shocked me, and it made me feel stupid and dumb, and it made me realize that like the way that I viewed our relationship was completely wrong, and I was oblivious to a lot of things, even to the extent of the way that I treated them. So I want to be accountable in that. But this is just the example that I saw in their newest video, where it made me look back and be like, yeah, like we both actually viewed this relationship completely different. So in their new video, they were reacting to a compilation video of me being rude to them for 10 minutes straight. And in the reaction, Beck stated multiple times that it's obvious that they didn't want to be on camera.
All right, Becky.
You ready?
Yeah. Oh
Eric
my
almost
God,
fell.
no.
What happened, babe?
My piece fell apart.
She looks happy. And they said, oh, look at me zoning out while she's talking. And it's like both of those things like genuinely hurt, and it made me realize like I didn't even notice these things. Just like how when I was in a relationship with them, I didn't notice how mean or rude I could come off until looking back, and I just feel super remorseful. LR, how do you not see how controlling you are? I don't know. Am I controlling? I'm sorry if I'm controlling. This is her job now.
I'm doing something.
Y'all, I pay her monthly now.
I'm doing something.
I'm proud of myself. I viewed our whole relationship a certain way that it wasn't. I genuinely thought that they wanted to be on camera and that they were okay with being on camera.
Everything you did and everything you said, and now I'm standing here looking like damn.
But I didn't know that the zoning out and the look on their face, etc., was like an indication that they weren't listening to me or that they didn't want to be on camera. Like that is like news to me. And I was so accustomed to them zoning out or seeming like they didn't want to be on camera that like that was normal for me. So knowing that like I viewed our relationship one way and it wasn't, like I genuinely look stupid, but I guess like maybe I low-key deserve it. Realizing that we both viewed this relationship so differently actually makes it easier for me, because if that's the way that they truly viewed it and there's nothing I can do to change their opinions and their thoughts and their experience, because that's what they lived. I wasn't the greatest girlfriend. I wasn't the most perfect girlfriend. And I wasn't that way then either. Like our relationship was definitely complex. I have taken accountability for the things that I've done. And even though it might not be visible to the public or even to Beck in this moment, and in the video, they even stated like, I don't want you to reach out to me. But they said, I don't want an apology from you. I genuinely feel like Beck deserves an apology for the wrongdoings that I did do. But if they don't want to accept it or hear it, then I have to be okay with that.
Well, maybe you should apologize.
I feel like in this situation, like this type of accountability should be handled in private, just like the apology should have, and this sort of discussion that is like happening between back and forth with us. And it's like when personal matters like this are brought onto like a public platform, I feel like backed up in a corner, like I have to defend myself or I have to say something.
We're doing damage control.
But it's like, I'm not going to sit here and go through every single thing that they said, because that is just going to fuel negativity. I truly don't feel like the back and forth is productive for either of us. But if they truly feel like sharing their story is what is going to help them in the long run, then go for it. Like I said, I wasn't going to speak about them, and that was standing, but I have to genuinely step away. But like hearing all of these things being said, it's been hard for me. So publicly, I might look the same to you guys, but I have changed a lot, because it's like I have shown growth in my personal life, and it's hard to like show growth publicly when these are things that like was happening behind the scenes. I am always open for growth and for changing to be a better person every single day, because that actually genuinely helps me see ways that I need to improve and ways that I already have improved. And I just want to say that anytime that I had Beck on my channel, it was never out of malice, and I really, 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 really did love them. When did you lose sexual attraction to each other? Oh shit, I'll let you go first.
I really don't know. I can't pinpoint it.
So was it while we were together? This might be a little tea because no one knows, but when Beck and I were just friends while I was with Feline, one night I got really, really drunk and I told Beck, like, I really was in love with you and I still love you. Like, you're a great person. Amber, would you ever take Becky back if she changed? No.
Changed?
I don't know what that means, but no.
I wouldn't take her back either.
And I hyped them up because genuinely, I owe so much to them and I have so much gratitude to them. They were there for me during some of the hardest moments of my life. But I would bathe in bed and like Becky would get a like container and she would put hot water and soap in it. Becky helped me bathe. I was ashamed. I would cry the whole time. But I have never tried to show them in a certain way. Nothing was ever out of malice. Honestly, all I can really do is just continue working on myself. My focus moving forward is to just ignore it all. Like, I wanted to take what Beck is doing and put it in like a positive way. And obviously, like, I do find frustrations in the ways that I feel like they are exaggerating or they have lied. I do firmly believe that two things can happen at once. I can be accountable, but I can also be frustrated. But I'm not accountable and frustrated about the same things. But we moved on from each other before we broke up.
Yes.
Point blank, period, the end. Like everyone likes to say, there are three sides to every story. Their side, my side, the truth. And like a really good example of like people viewing things differently, like kind of what's going on with like Blake and Justin.
I originally was like, when Blake Lively's lawsuit came out, I was like, oh my God, how awful is this guy? I have switched to Team Justin. Now more stuff's coming out about him, but I'm like, oh my God, how awful is Blake Lively and possibly Ryan Reynolds?
Blake feels like one thing happened, while Justin's like, no, that's not what happened.
I'm neither Team Justin nor Team Blake. I'm Team the truth.
So you know what? I can't even sit here and firmly be like, okay, Beck is lying, because if they viewed it that way, then I have to accept that for what it is, because what's true to someone and the way that they view something might not be true to everyone else in the room. If I'm remembering something wrong that Beck genuinely remembers as like a full truth, then that's fair as well, because I have really bad memory problems due to moments of high stress, trauma, BPD. When I have anxiety, sometimes I'll literally like black out because I'm so anxious. I just want to say, whether my apology was behind a paywall, whether it was in a Snapchat, whether it's in a YouTube video, or whether I say it to Beck directly, it is 100% sincere. Beck and I was friends for about a year after we broke up.
So when we found that we could not make sense, well, you said that we would still be friends.
And I have apologized to them personally, but that was years ago after our breakup. And obviously that didn't work out, which I understand, but I did apologize to them. So I'm not going to sit here and list off every single claim that they said and write down like, okay guys, these are the things that are true and these are the things that aren't, these are the things that I'm accountable for. I don't think that I took as much accountability as I do take now, because like I said, every day I like to reflect and just grow into a better person, because whether the internet knows what I'm accountable for versus what I'm not accountable for, that doesn't bother me. The only person that I'm worried about and them actually hearing me is Beck.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller.
And if they don't want to, that's their prerogative. I'm okay with that. I'm not apologizing for myself. I'm apologizing to the person that I was in a relationship with for almost 5 years. And I hurt them, and I'm sorry for that. Beck can say absolutely anything from this point forward, and I am not going to respond.
Now you're just somebody that I used to know.
I genuinely wish them nothing but the best. And the apology that I need to give to you guys, if I hurt any of you during this whole thing because you guys care for Beck, then I'm also sorry for that. Sorry, I'm trying to find my sympathy bone. My sympathy. I'm sorry. I don't care. But but I'm a flawed individual that can learn from this experience. And thankfully I have. And I know how I've been in past relationships. And as I've gotten older and more mature, and I've learned more about my BPD and just who I am as a person, I have become a better person, and I have become a better girlfriend. Whether people see it or believe it, I know it because I am my own person. I've become a better friend, I've become a better pet parent, I've become a better daughter, I've become a better sister, but I'm still flawed. And this just has to be the last time that I speak about this to protect my peace, and I hope that Beck does things that also protects theirs. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Gone somewhere and dyed my hair now. Wanna be alone. It's much to bear and you don't care, and I wanna play alone. I got you in my sight. I keep all the words you said to me.